Alright, hey there everybody, Point Leader 75 here again, and welcome to the channel. This time I'm gonna do a little bit of a showcase for the backer or the game called Star Citizen. And it's not really a game yet, but you have, well, if you back up the project by pledging for ships, you're gonna get if you buy a ship package, you're gonna get a hangar. So that's where you get to see and walk around your ships that you pledged for, and some of the other stuff like this buggy. And yeah, I'm gonna start off. This is the Revel York Hangar, the equivalent to the former known Deluxe Hangar. It's the most expensive one, I think. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It has a theme of nice wooden floor and really clean and bright surfaces. And I would assume that if you want to be able to see the details on your ships, this is the one you want to go for. But then again, this came with Constellation, and this one is the Constellation Aquila. Which is the exploration variance, and it doesn't come with a pointy nose like the other variants of the Constellation does. I have the Constellation Taurus as well, and as you can see, that's the standard looking cockpit or bridge, which is a little bit more pointy. So I think it's supposed to, this exploration model is supposed to have a better field of view once inside it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. We also have, and we can put it in third-person view so that you get to see the character. It is a little bit glitchy, and the frame rate is a little bit stuttery. But I suspect that'll change once the game is completely released. And as you can see, it's for some reason, now that I changed between third-person view and first-person view, the textures are not loading in as fast as they should. So yeah, this is the second floor. Every hangar have a second floor or something where you have a control room, and I'm still waiting for the textures to load in. So, well, anyways, this is where you probably will have a nice overview of missions and whatnot, where you can buy stuff and sell them and so on, I guess. It's a model of a other character, and this is the pirate, I think. I'm not going to change into that because there are known glitches once you do. And then of course we have, as you can see, it's a very nice texture work, and it's just not a texture, it's actual surface. You can see the cracks and the in-between spaces, sort of. And so this is the first floor, and then you have, for this hangar, you have a third floor. This elevator on this side just went up one floor, or I suspect that'd be the third floor, or the second floor. So a quick brief look at the Constellation. Here you have the little extra ship that comes with it. It's a Merlin, a short-range fighter, attached to some sort of a clamp that you and that's the tube where you access the ship from within the Constellation. The cargo bay is here, and you can Like I said, you can use most of the features of the ship on the ships in the hangar, and so that's the way to let the backers know that they get something back. And obviously we are gonna get to start with these ships. It's a nice bridge, fully functional turrets, bottom and top. This one I think has a bottom turret, but this is the exploration version, so this is the observation deck, I think. It doesn't have any turret up there. And as you can see, it's a pretty nice view. And the ship is, yeah, it is hangar ready, so that you can play around with it in the hangar, but it's not fly ready yet for the arena commander, which is where you get to do some dogfighting online or free flight yourself. And now recently they with patch 09 you get to race with your race ships, and most of the features actually work. And you can sit at the diner area, as you can see, nicely animated. And you're actually supposed to be able to run around while in flight. And so here you have the most important part of the ship, the toilet. Yeah. That's the best part, right? You can't go out in space without one. And then you have the shower. Sort of filthy looking to me though, I mean, yeah. I suppose it does a job. And the sleeping bumps. And then you have the cargo area. And the ladders down there aren't yet implemented. So once you get down there, you won't be able to get up. So I'm not going to try that this one. And the very rear of the ship is where you have, I suppose, some of the engineering panels and the hatch accessing the Merlin down below in the back. Alright. And forgive me, it is a little bit stuttery. I have everything set on very high as well, but it really doesn't matter too much. Once out in space, I usually get somewhere around 60 to 70 frames per second, and I'm okay with that. So that was the Connie, or as they say, Constellation. And really you can see the cargo bay is pretty huge. You can load in anything, I suppose. I'm gonna raise it, there you go. And then you have the other variant, and that is the Taurus. It's a more fitted or suited for transportation. And if you compare the former one, it does have a much longer loading bay. As you can see, it's a whole extra section at the rear here, and by having this configuration you do sacrifice the Merlin that otherwise would have fitted here. But then again, you can transport about over twice the amount of cargo for this one. So. But otherwise it looks pretty similar inside. This one also has a turret above as below. This one only has below. So. Then we have, or I have, the Origin 325A, which is a interdiction fighter. Still somewhat classy, and it looks to me that the textures are still well, like I said, it's a pre-alpha, it's not even an alpha, so you don't want to have too much of expectations. And let's just try to show you this one quickly. Nice Lamborghini folded opening. And again, the animations are just beautiful. This interior is a little bit more spaced maybe than or costly than the standard one, the 300i. But yeah, I suspect these are sleeping bump. And from what I've understood, those are for saving in-game while in space, because you don't want to always go back to the planet where you came from, or have to land on a planet or dock at a bay or something. This is the smallest ship I have. It's a M50, also from the Origin, and it's not for sale anymore. So, and then we have the Avenger, and this is originally a police cruise vehicle or police transport, and it's supposed to be really fast. And once arena pass, which is a thing you need to access multiplayer, when that version 1, which is now 0.9, will come into 1.0, you're supposed to be able to fly that one as well. Right now you can only fly the M50 for racing. Obviously you can use it in dogfight as well if you choose to, and you can use that one, the 300 series, and the Hornet, and the Aurora as well, which is the smallest starter ship. So yeah, I'm gonna show you as well. Here you have a little console where you can outfit the ships however you want. And so this is part of the reason why I'm showing you guys this. Let's just say that we want to do something fun with the original outfit for the M50, which is the smallest little racer ship that I have. I just switch to weapons and remove them. And this ship has rails attached because it's not a fighter from the beginning. So if you choose to experiment a little bit around with this, make sure you have the rails on, or it'll be very difficult to play around. So I'm gonna do something interesting, and you can swap pretty much anything: weapons, ammo, power, thruster, avionics, and so on, and cargo if you have the ability to. But we are gonna do something funny here. I'm gonna take the Hornet trainer. Oh yeah, the trainers are ships that you get to fly, so that everybody can have a go for the feeling of flying the different ships without actually having to pledge for them. But you need the $5 arena pass in order to try this multiplayer feature. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the little M50, and I removed those powerful 60mm guns. So what I do is that I outfit with this on this ship, and the cannons are big. I mean, they are really massive. But it doesn't end there, because you're gonna need to put in some ammo for them. And there we go. We want, let's see if I can find them. There we have them. You're gonna need the tungsten for this. Otherwise, you're gonna go out in space with empty. There we have it. And you just drag and drop. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I think I mistake my It is a 20mm, but anyway, it's much more powerful than the ones that were there from the beginning. So, and then we can just quit that using the F key to shut down the panel and take a look at the ship. And now, instead, we have two pair of huge cannons, or Gatlings. As you can see, this also will change the physics of the ship, how it behaves in space, depending on because of the change of mass, center of mass. So all the physics are in there. And finally, I'm going to show you something funny, and that either requires you to, we can take the car, or the little gray cat, and do something interesting here. I'm going to go to the very top floor, and to make it easier here, I'm going to try to line up with something like this, and go in reverse into the elevator, because once you need to get out of there, it's much easier to do this. Oops. So yeah, this video will be kind of long, but I suspect it'll be needed. It's not every day that you drive inside a elevator with a buggy, but it's doable. And so either way you drive the little gray cat. This is the second floor, or the third floor, which is the lobby that connects all the hangar rooms together. So that's where I'm at. And I'm gonna jump out of this one as soon as I parked it in the right spot. Which is about here. Alright. Jump out. So now we are pretty much on top of the constellation Aquila. And what we do now, I suspect I might be a little off anyway, because we're gonna need to be, what you do now is that you run. Let's see. There you go. And then you jump over the car, and then you land on top of your ship. And this is obviously a good way to have a look closer up on top of your ship, especially this one, because there is, from what I know, no other way to really be able to take a closer look at the details, the fantastic details of the ships, and they've really done a good job. And here you can see the top airlock. You have this one and the bottom one where you entered, that you can see through here, and the right and left ones. And I assume that most of these parts are animated during flight. And so you have the engine, the two top engine gondolas or whatever. They do extend during flight, so it looks a little bit like an X-Wing configuration from Star Wars, sort of. And these are actually fans within these hatches that allow you to be able to land. And you have a little, some more fans on the left and right front. As you can see, those are 1, 2, 3, 4 hatches for the fans. So it'll be able to land vertically. So yeah, this is how you get on top of the constellation. So either you do that with the gray cat, or you can jump, if the nose is long enough, you can actually jump. Let's see if I can get up from this way. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I can. We can try to do the same with the constellation Taurus. It has a little longer pointy nose where the cockpit is, allowing you to be able to land without actually using the gray cat as a springboard sort of. Alright, so let's see. Here it is. Yeah. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit difficult because you would want a box with flowers in front of here. So what you do is that you jump up on the box of flowers, and from there you jump over the railing while running, and then you're gonna end up landing on the glass over the cockpit, and that's how you get on top of the regular constellation or the other variants of the constellation. Should you only have one constellation, that's where it's gonna be where you see my Aquila. And what you do here is that you go from here maybe. And this cockpit is a little bit short, I think, so it's harder to land on it. But you can do it, that's easy. There we go. There you are. Landed perfectly on top of the cockpit. Or the bridge.
All landing personnel.
So, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna make another video later showing some Arena Commander, how what it looks like flying in space and so. But yeah, this is Star Citizen. I'm gonna put a link in the description for it, and unless you're already subscribed, do so, and you'll be able to stay tuned with whatever I put up next. See you on the next one. Thank you.